Most people think a cool edit and a watchable one are the same thing, but they are not. One gets compliment and the other gets watched to the end. And for a long time, I optimized for the wrong one. I'll spend hours polishing a sequence, making sure the cuts landed and every transition felt intentional. Then I'll upload. People would click, but they wouldn't stay. And that disconnect is what this video is about. Let's get into it. Okay, let's define this before you get me wrong. A cool edit gets noticed. It shows skills and rewards short attention. For instance, you can watch 10 seconds and think, that's impressive. But a watchable edit disappears. You don't notice the cut and you don't think about the timing. You just stay. So a cool edit is visible and a watchable edit is invincible. Now let's watch our footage for today. This is what most people are working with. Only one thing changes: the decisions. One version is optimized to look good and the other is optimized to keep you watching. And the difference is not what you expect. Alright, let's start editing. Look at this.
There is something waiting above our cities, watching from rooftops, gathering on ledges.
This is the version I would have loved before. It's full of decisions. Match cuts line up perfectly, sound effects hitting on impact, and speed ramps adding movement. Everything is synced to music and right on cue.
To wonder, how did they end up here? This story did not begin in the streets. It began with trust.
At first, it pulls you in, but then something changes and you stop listening. Watch this.
There is something waiting above our cities, watching from rooftops, gathering on ledges, and living beside us so quietly, we barely notice it. Most people look away, and few stop to wonder, how did they end up here? This story did not begin in the streets. It began with trust.
So you stop listening and start noticing. A clean cut, clever transition, and perfect timing.
Most people look away.
When this happens, you are not inside the edit anymore. You are watching the edit.
And few stop to wonder, how did they end up here?
Evaluation is the enemy of immersion. The more you notice the edit, the less you feel the moment. And this version is constantly asking to be noticed. Now let's watch it together.
This story did not begin in the streets. It began with trust. Long before screens and wireless signals, humans searched for a way to defeat distance.
There's nothing wrong with this edit. It's skilled and intentional, but it's competing with the content. Every effect and every decision is asking for your attention. And attention doesn't split, it chooses. And when it chooses the edit, it leaves the moment.
Humans searched for a way to defeat distance, and something answered, small enough to rest in our hands, but also strong enough to cross impossible skies.
You've probably made edits like this, because this is what gets rewarded. You get respect and compliment from other editors, but the viewer doesn't care how hard it was. They only care if they stayed. Imagine this: a good magician doesn't show you everything at once. They control what you see and when you see it. If they reveal every move instantly, there is no trick, no tension, and no reason to keep watching. And that's what cool edits do. They reveal everything at once, so there's nothing left to experience. So I had a moment where this really clicked. I was watching one of my own edits and I caught myself doing something. I rewind the transition just to look at it. And that's when I realized it. I wasn't watching the video, I was watching the editing. And if I'm doing that, so is everyone else. And that's the problem. That's when I started thinking differently. Not about the cuts, but about time. And not about how long something is, but how long it feels. Because when an edit keeps pulling your attention, time breaks. So I built something I could actually use to control that. And I call it the elastic time framework. It's a method for shaping how long moments feel using 3 levers: load, stretch or snap, and echo. It's simple because every cut depends on 3 decisions: load, stretch or snap, and echo. And this is where watchable edits thrive. Now let's move to version 2.
There is something waiting above our cities, watching from rooftops, gathering on ledges, and living beside us so quietly, we barely notice it.
This is the same footage with less editing but more control. Watch this.
There is something waiting above our cities, watching from rooftops.
First, we are loading the moment. You understand what matters before anything else happens, so you are not guessing.
There is something waiting above our cities, watching from rooftops, gathering on ledges, and living beside us so quietly, we barely notice it.
Then stretch and snap. When you are waiting for something, I let time stretch. And when it resolves, I cut early.
And something answered, small enough to rest in our hands, but also strong.
So your brain stays involved. You are completing the moment and not just receiving it. And that creates engagement.
But also strong enough to cross impossible skies. So we welcomed it into our homes.
And finally, I let it echo. I let the moment land, but I don't overstay. I cut before it dies.
Their greatest gift was loyalty. But history was about to move faster than wings.
This version feels simpler, maybe even less impressive. But this is what makes most people like you stay, because nothing interrupted you and nothing asked for your attention. So your attention stayed with the moment throughout.
Most people look away, and few stop to wonder, how did they end up here? This story did not begin in the streets. It began with trust, long before screens and wireless signals.
Now think about this. If every second of a song is loud, nothing will feel loud. It will just feel flat. The same way, if every moment of your edit is trying to impress, nothing actually stands out.
Humans searched for a way to defeat distance, and something answered, small enough to rest in our hands, but also strong enough to cross impossible skies.
So if you want your edits to be watchable, try this. Cut only when thought changes. And remove your favorite cut just once. And finally, leave one moment that feels slightly uncomfortable, because that's usually where attention lives. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Law, and see you in the next video.